This is the moment everybody celebrates. You get the keys, you take the pictures, you feel like you did something. Yes, because you did. And you know your mortgage payment down to the dollar because you've run the numbers, and then the first month hits. The water bill is higher than you expected. The grass isn't going to cut itself. And then something called an HOA sent you a letter. The light fixtures that came with the house, not really your style, and now you're at Home Depot, and that budget that you felt so confident about starts to feel generous. And I wish somebody said this sooner to more people. Your mortgage payment is not the cost of owning your home. It's just the cost of getting in the door. Today we're talking about the number nobody wants to walk through, the real cost of owning a home. And I'm going to cover 5 costs that catch new homeowners off guard every single time. And I'm going to show you how to set yourself up so that none of this catches you off guard. So let's get into it. When a lender approves you for a mortgage, they're focused on 4 things: your loan amount, the interest on that loan, your property taxes, and your homeowner's insurance. Together, those 4 things make up your monthly payment, and that's the number everybody focuses on. But that number is just the tip of the iceberg. Everything that makes people feel stretched thin, stressed out, and wondering why they bought a house in the first place, that lives all underneath the surface. And here's what I want you to understand. You weren't lied to. You were only just told part of the story. Responsible home ownership means budgeting for the whole iceberg, not just the part the bank used to approve you for. And let's talk about what's actually under that surface. Calmly, clearly, no need to panic because we just need to know. Number 1, maintenance and repairs. This is not something that only happens to unlucky people. This happens to every homeowner, and it's just a matter of when. A good rule of thumb is to expect to spend about 1 to 2% of your home's value every year on upkeep and repairs. So on a $400,000 home, that's somewhere between $4,000 to $8,000 a year. Not because something is wrong, but because homes are made up of systems, and systems wear out over time. Water heaters stop heating, HVAC units get old, and roofs have a lifespan. So homeowners who plan for this usually stay calm when this happens. Homeowners who don't panic, and panic gets expensive. And number 2, utilities. If you're coming from an apartment, this one might feel a little personal the first time you open that bill. More space means more to heat and cool. A yard means a water bill that you didn't have before, and trash, gas, electricity, all of it tends to run higher when you're on your own. And this is why I always tell buyers, ask for the actual utility bills from a seller before you close. Not a guess, not an estimate, real numbers, because real numbers let you plan, and planning gives you peace. And number 3, HOA fees, and the one nobody warns you about. If your neighborhood has a homeowners association, you already know there's a monthly or annual fee. That part's predictable. And what catches people off guard is something called a special assessment. That's when the HOA needs to make major repair. A roof on a shared building, a structural fix, or a shared system that needs replacing, and they charge every homeowner their portion of the cost. And you don't get to opt out of it. It's a part of owning in that community. So if you're buying in an HOA, it is worth asking about the association's financial health before you close. How much money do they have saved up? Are there any special assessments beforehand? Because this is not a nosy question, this is definitely a smart one. Number 4, keeping up the outside. And we're talking about lawn care, gutters, pest control, the deck, the fence, the trees that are going to grow, whether you plan for them or not. Whether you do it yourself or pay for someone else to do it, it doesn't matter because you're still paying. And with time or money, homes require upkeep. This one doesn't usually hit all at once, it just quietly adds up month after month. And number 5 is what I like to call the new house tax. This one sneaks up on everybody. The curtains, the furniture for rooms you didn't have before, a ladder, a lawnmower, tools you never needed when you were renting, storage solutions, all the little things that make a house actually function as your home. None of it is wasteful, but all of it is necessary. And together it adds up faster than you expect if you're not ready for it. So here's where this stops being overwhelming and starts being something that you can actually do. You are not trying to avoid these costs. You can't avoid them. You're trying to plan for them so that they don't knock you sideways when they show up. The most important thing that you can do is keep your money separated. Your emergency fund is for life emergencies. Your home fund is for your house. They are not in the same account, and they shouldn't be in the same account. So here's a simple setup. Open a separate savings account and label it home fund or house account, whatever makes sense to you. Take that 1 to 2% of your home's value, divide it by 12, and then just set up an automatic transfer for every month. That way you don't have to think about it, and over time it just builds. And when something breaks, because it will, you won't have to spiral. You're going to open that account, handle it, and then move on, because you plan for the reality instead of hoping everything would just work. And that's when peace actually starts to look like practice. So here's the truth and love. Owning a home isn't expensive because you did something wrong. It's expensive because homes require care, and care costs money. But when you understand what you're actually signing up for, you stop feeling blindsided every time something comes up. You start feeling like someone who is in control of what they own, because preparation doesn't make home ownership harder. It makes it something that you can actually sustain. So whether you own a home or you're getting ready to, this is your reminder to budget with honesty, not just optimism. I put together a simple worksheet to help you map out your true cost of home ownership so you can see the full picture before anything surprises you. And the link is in the description. And if you're already a homeowner, I want to hear from you. Which one of these costs caught you off guard the most when you first moved in? Feel free to drop it in the comments, because your answer might be exactly what the next person needs to hear before they close. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.